Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 4 of our Euro 2024 previews. Wow, that's a lot of 24s. We round out Group A today with our final team, which is Switzerland. Switzerland have been amazingly consistent on the international stage for 2 decades now. They've only missed one tournament in those last 20 years, which was at Euro 2012. In that time though, they've not pulled up too many trees until Euro 2020. They made it to the quarterfinals of the tournament for the first time after they beat France on penalties in the last 16, before themselves were beaten by Spain on penalties, before themselves were then beaten by Italy on penalties, who themselves went on to win Euro 2024 on penalties. At the 2022 World Cup, they played not too bad. They made it through the group rather well until the last 16, where they faced Portugal, who smashed them by 6-1. Qualification for Switzerland should have been far simpler than they made it. In their last 4 matches, they drew 3 and lost 1. They nearly threw away qualification right at the very end, but they didn't. They got away with it. They finished 2 points ahead of Israel, which qualified them directly to the finals. Their coach is Murat Yakin, a 2-time winner of the Swiss Super League. He took over as Switzerland manager after Euro 2020, and he's now qualified them for 2 tournaments in a row. After Switzerland qualified for the 2022 World Cup, Yakin infamously sent 9.3 kilos of Swiss chocolate to Belfast to say thank you to Northern Ireland for holding a draw against Italy, which saw them qualify, and Italy missed out. In terms of players to watch, their captain is one of the main men in this side. It's Granit Xhaka, former Arsenal and now Leverkusen midfielder, who's just won the Bundesliga. He has 123 caps for Switzerland, the most of any Swiss player ever. Other stars include Manuel Akanji, who of course is a very versatile defender. He's been involved in Man City's treble-winning side, playing in multiple positions. He will be part of a very experienced Swiss defence. In terms of one to watch, we could be looking at Zeki Amdouni, who's a Burnley striker that's established himself as a key player for Switzerland, aged just 23. He scored 6 goals in qualifying, which was the most in their qualifying group, but he only has 4 for Burnley in the Premier League this season. This is potentially the last tournament for many Swiss greats, including Sommer and Rodriguez and Cher, Freuler and Shaqiri. Firepower has been an issue in the past, and unfortunately it remains as such going into this tournament. In terms of how they line up, they switch between a 3-4-3 or a 4-3-3 depending on the opposition. It's likely that Amdouni will get the nod as the number 9, while Xhaka and Shaqiri are likely to start too, in roles that give them as much freedom as possible. In terms of expectations and what they hope will happen, they will hope they can get through this group and lose their tournament identity of being a bit boring. They'll want to be playing expansive, expressive football, but who's to say? Well, I'm going to counteract that by saying that I think goals are going to remain a problem for this Swiss side. I really struggle to see them doing the business, and thus I think they're going to finish in 3rd, and unfortunately I think it's going to be one of the 3rd positions that sees them knocked out. Their odds going into the tournament sit at 66-1. So that rounds out our first Euro 2024 Group A, and I tell you what, my what an interesting group it really is. Germany will feel assured that they can qualify without much energy expended, but must always be careful of overconfidence. As for the other 3 teams, they will all be vying for that crucial 2nd spot, and I think their closeness in stature may end up knocking 2 of them out. I'm going for Germany with 9 points from 9, Hungary through in 2nd with 1 of each, and both Switzerland and Scotland going home with 0 wins. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below what you think about Switzerland and about Group A as a whole. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? I want to know your thoughts. But for now, folks, that is the end of this one. We will be back again tomorrow for the start of Group B and for our final preview of this week. Thank you all so much for watching so far, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.